Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Sharia binti Abdul Wahid. I am a senior lecturer with Student Development, University Kuala Lumpur, British Merchant Institute Gombak. And today I would like to present to you my mini study entitled Colors, Icons and Fonts, Antidote to Online Learning Boredom and Memory Retention. So let us start with the introduction, right? All right, so let me introduce to you about colors. So what colors do actually? Colors evoke our emotions of warmth, life, and energy. And I would like to share with you something. I am a person who is very passionate about colors. Since pandemic last year, when we start to work from home, right, I have basically indulged myself into a hobby that I used to like it when I was in my younger days, and since I a lot of working from home and we do feel stress and whatnot. So what do I do actually? I look into colors, okay, and one of my latest favorite hobby is actually coloring, and I would like to show with you what have I done. Okay, one of the things I've done. Okay, now this is what I did. All right, during one of the session. Okay, after class and de-stress myself, I used to color this and with a lot of bold colors. Right, I like it. Right, and in fact I'm trying to frame it and make it part of my collection, right? And this is another one, okay, that I did, okay, and it's also a lot of colors in there, a lot of shadings, and it really helped me to de-stress myself and it really makes me feel relaxed, right? So that's why, okay, I am interested to do colors and I like to find out more what colors do to our students, and in fact what colors do to us as a person, as a lecturer, right? And I found that colors triggers our feelings and thoughts, okay, and colors are actually a powerful channel towards cognitive system. Okay, it makes your brain work. Because everything comes from the brain and goes down to the whole sense of your body, all right, and it goes down to all the sensory, and then it can really change your mood and really can change your feelings and thoughts, okay. And I found that color is also effective in learning and education based on the research that I've read and I've seen, and I'm going to share with you later on in some of the significant research that I found. Okay, and do you know that color is so much used in marketing, sports, and also communication? And I believe if you look at the image that I put inside here, you see how big is the color in our brain and what does it do. Basically, if you look at colors, it is basically helping us for long-term memory. And of course, okay, it says that colors, okay, motivates towards learning. And if you look at children, they love colors and they will always remember the colors that have been shown to them, and it always reflects easily to them, right? So and of course, color does enhance level of attention and also memory performance. All right, so these are some of the significant research that I found very interesting, right? And I really love to read it, and it really gives me an open view, a wide view of how does color actually plays in our role, especially in our cognitive system, right? The research I found by Mariam Adawiyah Zulkifli and Muhammad Faiz Mustafa, right, in 2013, that they entitled "The Influence of Color on Memory Performance Review," and they wrote about a lot of things that can actually, their variables, that the most important variables that can actually, touch a human being is through colors. And they said that colors plays a central role in retrieval and process of words and images, okay, and they are basically combined their research with psychology students from UIA, and they have found great things about how colors plays a role in the cognitive system, right? And the next one that I found is from Kaya and Apps, okay, in 2004, the entitled "Relationship Between Color and Emotions: A Study of College Students." Okay, basically, what I'm doing now is also considered as college students. Okay, it really reflects more to what I'm doing now with what the research has been done by Kaya and Apps. Okay, And they said that color triggers emotional sense and helps in remembering information. And based on what I've done with my students, okay, with the respondents, okay, and yes, I agree with what they say, okay, triggers emotional sense and helps remembering information. And the third significant research that I found is from Olirunoko and Tayo in 2015, and their research entitled Color in Learning, Its Effect on Retention Rate of Graduate Students. And they said that colors, okay, draws on both symbolic and cognitive powers to affect learning ability, facet memorize, and identify concept. This is a thing that I really want to do with my students. This is the thing that when I teach, I want them to actually identify and understand the concept of each of the content of what I'm teaching them actually. My primary aim of this research is to assess the impact towards learners' attention span and memory retention during online, okay, especially towards colors, okay. So I have actually used, okay, my own students and other students who are taking professional English too, WEB 20302, which is a compulsory subject for our university students. And from semester 1 2021, there are 165 students taking this subject. And the survey was done by Google Form, and it was done in week 17 of the academic calendar for semester 1 2021. Why I choose week 17 of the academic calendar? Because they have done everything. They have done the whole lecture, the whole assessment, and then it is actually, I need to gauge their own personal actual feelings toward what we have done in class, you know, the concept that has been taught to them, the slides that have been presented to them, okay, the materials that they have gone through with me. So I really need to see, I really need to understand, does it really work on them? So that's why I made the survey to be done in week 17. And in my questionnaire, there are three parts. Okay, the part A is a background detail. I asked about program, semester, gender, and mode of learning. And part B is on professional English 2 content itself, especially on similarity of topics and contents, whether they are very similar to their FYP report, final year project report. Yeah. And part C is between comparison and impact, and also the attention towards the content that's being taught in class. All right, so these are the results that I would like to share with all of you. Now, there are the total students for PE2 semester 1 2021 was 165 students, and 91 students responded to the questionnaire. In fact, I was grateful that was, you know, but it was only a week that I posted in Google, and if I were to have a more than a week, I think I can have more than 100 respondents, but I feel that 91 students is fair enough, okay? And for the information of all, PE2 is offered in year 3, semester 1, meaning that if you take out the whole duration of the study year, that means it is being offered in semester 3. And as you can see, all right, the semester 3 students, semester 5 students that took the subject was the most percentage of 38.5%, and semester 6 students, which is taking the FYP1, they are the FYP1 candidate, 22%, and semester 3 15.4. Why my inference or my interpretation of why semester 3 there are 15.5%, because we have a credit transfer of fundamental and also PE1, all right, and it seems that since they got the credit transfer, so taking PE2 would be actually complementing their credit hours, although I've advised them that it is better for them to drop, but most of them did not and would like to continue. So therefore, my inference would say that why semester 3, respondents were quite high compared to semester 4 and also the semester 2 and the rest, okay? Then the next question was the mode of studying. Okay, the mode of studying, whether class conducted online. Okay, basically around 93% said that all classes are conducted online, only with a small percentage of blended learning, which I feel. So they are, if they are FYP students, must have come to campus to see their supervisors and do some necessary things that they need to do within the FYP thing, right? All right, the next part of the questionnaire, section B. Okay, we have a few questions. Okay, the first question was, do you find the content of the topics to be interesting of PE2? And 92.3% responded consider topics presented in PE2 are interesting, while 7.7 are unsure. And again, I would like to infer that 7.7 basically from the students from semester 3, which they have not been really exposed to more of technical subjects, or maybe exposed to FYP, so they feel that whether it is considered as interesting or not. So that's why there is a portion of 7.5% unsure. And of course, but however, all right, however, all respondents agreed with the topics covered help with their FYP report, because as I said earlier, the similarity between the content of PE2 and FYP basically 100% similar. So I think that's why it is 100% agreeable from the rest of the respondents. All right, so these are the section C, where you have question 1, question 2, and I posted sample slides, slide A, slide B, slide A, and slide B, and most of the respondent agreed to slide B, which I'm going to discuss later on in our discussion. All right, and this is the question 3 of our section C, and again there are 2 slides that I posted, and there are sample answers that most of the students agree to slide B because they feel that it is better than slide A. All right, so these are the result findings for section A. Basically, I can conclude that the students were asked to to actually show whether that they really understand the content of the module, and the response was quite overwhelming, and I'm happy with the response, as I was hoping that it would be good, and yes, it was good, right? And for section B, I can see that majority of the students are from semester 5 and 6, and basically 100% agreed to all this. And of course, as I said earlier, they agreed to the topics that PE2 are interesting. All right, and section C, all right, majority of the respondents agreed with all slides B and justified that it's interesting, attractive, colorful, and easy to remember. However, there are very small percentages choose slide A, but because the colors are more softer. And if you can look at the color just now, slide B, the colors are a bit more, more darker, but and slide A, the last question is very soft and warm, but still it does play a role, although it's the color is not as bold as slide B. Yeah. So in our discussion, there's a bright side and there's a dark side. The dark side would be, to take note on other respondents who do not agree with colors of their needs and wants. And therefore we need to ensure adjustment in order for us to make the delivery more effective. And of course, on the bright side, color, characters, and font, are instrumental in the improvement of retention and reflect earlier studies, and triggers mental awareness and focus what content presented during class. So basically, I can conclude that my objectives have been achieved, but with a minor glitch that I need to look at the dark side to ensure that those students who are not really into colors could be, could make sure that some adjustment will be made to make sure that they're able to grasp the content of the material when being lectured to them. Therefore, in conclusion to the mini study that I've done, I can say that color provide meaningful insight that increase attention and retention, and colors associate with the improvement of memory abilities, and color reduce boredom and passivity and improve attention spans, and of course it sets the moods of learning that affect the students' performance and engagement. And of course, when I could say that choosing color with attractive combination for presented material could actually enhance the students' cognitive system and trigger a lot of things in their memory. Alright, these are some colors for you to ponder at, alright, and maybe you can think and when you do your design your slides. And these are some of my reference. And finally, I would like to thank Allah for completing this mini study, and my thanks to my head of section, Dr. Azrati, and my SD colleagues, to my daughters who have helped me a lot, okay, with the Microsoft Office. And thank you, CSD, for organizing Unitas and helped me bring out something that I wanted to do, and I'm feel proud about it. I'm able to manage to do it, and may Allah bless us all. So thank you very much, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, everyone, and have a pleasant day.